Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat's Trading for Living Friday live session, 7th of July, and the time is now 2:15. Kind of pause in the markets today, in spite of making a new all-time high on the Nifty chart. Across the board, we are seeing some selling happening. Last night there was some kind of a pause even in the international markets. Dow and Nasdaq both have closed in the red, about 1%. In line with Western markets, today morning Asian markets also have opened in the red. Initially, our Indian markets, though the GIFT Nifty showed slight negative, Nifty defied the trend and went ahead and made a new all-time high today once again. So on the weekly candle, today being Friday, the weekly candles high and low gets established, and one more week of higher high and higher low candle is getting formed. Well, this is the Nifty chart for the day. Opens at around 19,430 levels, and from there on goes on to make a high of 19,567.25. If you see here, yesterday's high was 19,555. Today it just touches yesterday's high and creates a new high at 19,567, and from there itself there is good amount of fall from 19,567 to the day's low of 19,401. There is one small support based on the price patterns at 19,435, and that is yesterday's low also. Nifty has survived that support level, and for last few hours, for about last 2 hours, Nifty, after having cracked 19,435, has not gone on to make new lows and has not breached day before yesterday's low of 19,400. It just makes a low of 19,401, just 1 point above day before yesterday's low, and from there on, now you can see in this current candle, Nifty is attempting a pullback, currently trading at 19,445.40. So this is the Nifty chart. Mainly makes a new high, one more new high for this week, for this month, and for this calendar year. We have a fresh high to deal with even in the coming week. After having making a new high, comes down, takes support at yesterday's low, and now genuine attempt at pullback is going on, and we need to wait and watch how the close is going to be for the day. One good thing is the support was at 19,435, which looks like is getting held on, and also in spite of breaching 19,435, it tried to came down but did not crack 19,400, which is a positive sign as of now. So for the coming week, we are going to start off on a data points which are bullish only and no signs of any big reversals even on the intraday time frame. Let us check the Nifty chart, Bank Nifty chart. You can see here opens at around 49,300 for last 2 days. Bank Nifty is struggling below 45,747, and in line with global cues, today opens lower at 45,300, and from there on goes down all the way up to 44,920. Currently trading at 45,090. Some amount of pullback is actually happening, but will it sustain? We need to wait and watch. Given the data points for Nifty, we can say for sure there will be some good pullback in Nifty, but this Bank Nifty's pullback might actually get sold out. So the selling point now stands at today's high as a resistance 45,300, currently trading much below at around 45,100. It's still 200 points away from the resistance zone. Even if it makes a pullback, it may not cross 45,300. So that will act as a very strong resistance, and which also signifies Bank Nifty is fairly in a established downtrend, at least on the intraday time frame. So this is with respect to today's Nifty and Bank Nifty. Nifty trying to defy the trend, continues to make a new high, and also takes a support at yesterday's low, which is a positive sign. And moving forward in the coming week, we may have to deal with Nifty on the positive side only and not on the negative side. But there is a kind of divergence emerging in Bank Nifty. At least in Bank Nifty, we are seeing some weakness on the intraday time frame, which is still not visible in Nifty. So that is the two key takeaways for this today's live session. Nifty, deal with it in the coming week, more on the buy side and less on the sell side. But when it comes to Bank Nifty, if there is a pullback, do the sell, and if it is anyway breakdown, then obviously Bank Nifty is looking slightly weaker compared to Nifty charts. So this is the day's action. Being Friday, I wouldn't go much into the stock details. Let us stick to the analysis of Nifty and Bank Nifty. On the spot, Nifty is about 120 points lower today, and Nifty Bank is about 380 points in the negative. Coming to Sensex, Sensex being having its Friday's expiry. We don't know how the expiry is happening because I have still not started tracking Sensex for the Friday expiry session, which I will be doing it shortly. Sensex currently trades at 65,400, about 380 points in the negative. So hopefully you people are trading the market according to the movements that the market is showing in the shortest time frame, or in any time frame that it is that you people are currently trading in. So on the whole, I would still say this is a very strong bullish market that is going on, and any low levels are not actually significant low levels that are getting formed. So be skeptical in short selling. Also be skeptical in fresh longs. Fresh longs, if you are not already long in this market, if you do not have a portfolio already established, then establishing a new portfolio at these levels will be a challenge, because if you have to establish a new portfolio, then this cracking of all-time high is not a big deal from the data perspective, because the all-time high that we are talking of is just 6 months old. We had seen a all-time high in the month of December 2022. After that, we are seeing one more all-time high. So it is not like we are not breaching multi-year highs. We are just taking out last year's high. So this all-time high is not like the December's high of whatever we saw at around 18,900 levels was not the level that happened many years back. That high happened just last year. So that being the case, this is a continuation of already running rally. Even though we saw some sell-offs in the month of Jan, Feb and March, we also have seen a very quick pullback from there, from the March lows, and now by the end of June we are near to the all-time high, and in the month of July we are already seeing a new high, which means within 6 months time Nifty takes out all-time high. On year-on-year basis we are still in the upward trajectory, so this is one more year of higher highs. So establishing a new portfolio at these levels is a bit of a challenge. Be skeptical about establishing new portfolios, but definitely you can churn your portfolio. This is actually the right time to churn your portfolio. All of those stocks which were not performing, or which were sitting in slightly negative zone, if they have all started showing profits now, this is the time to exit out and identify some good from here on, whatever the next theme or next stories that are emerging in the markets. So be cognizant. For existing portfolio you can add small amounts. For building a portfolio, I don't think this is still the right time, and for churning the portfolio, definitely this is the time to churn your portfolio and reset and realign your portfolio for the coming next couple of years. How to do that? You have to have some kind of experience, or you have to discuss and talk to some of the experts who are good in constructing portfolios. So seek proper guidance, seek proper advice, and be steady in your approach towards portfolio building and creating wealth for yourself. Well, I will not take much time today. I will be closing the session a little bit earlier. Currently Nifty is around the support levels of 19,435, trading at 19,440, and Bank Nifty is also making a pullback attempt, currently trading at 45,083. But on the whole, Nifty doing well on the long side, and looks like Bank Nifty has given up, at least on the intraday time frame. We are now seeing some new levels on the lower side. So trade the markets accordingly. Whenever there is such dilemmas, when Nifty is showing on the upside and Bank Nifty is showing on the downside, how do you trade? I would tell, do not trade based on some other analysis. If Bank Nifty is telling you go short, you have to be go short instead of what Nifty or any other counters are doing for that matter. And in the same way, if Nifty is showing on the long side, irrespective of what Bank Nifty does, we need to play the stock or index or the instrument based on its own merits and based on its own data points. We should not be mixing data points of two different instruments. See the data points of that particular stock or that particular instrument and trade that particular instrument on its own merit. When you are looking at Nifty, just look at Nifty, and when you are looking at Bank Nifty, just look at Bank Nifty. Do not, whenever there is a divergence coming out of data points, then my suggestion is trade the data points of that particular instrument on its own merit, or if you are not so very confident, then do not trade, or even better, trade maybe 50% of your trading size. So adopt some approach, but do not take a opposite view. When your Bank Nifty is showing short, do not take a long view just because Nifty is showing long. That would be wrong. Either you stay out of the Bank Nifty trade, or go ahead with the trade with a smaller quantity because there is a kind of divergence emerging in the other highly correlated instrument. Or the third is, irrespective of what other things are happening elsewhere, you just go and do your trade on the data, on the merit of its own data. So that would be the best approach. But definitely there is no question of taking the opposite position based on the data points of some other instrument. You need to be very, very cognizant of this particular aspect in your day-to-day trading. Yes, most of the time Nifty and Bank Nifty are in sync. Almost 80 to 90% of the time both these indexes are in sync. Whenever there is a upward movement in Nifty, there is also an upward movement in Bank Nifty, but still sometimes there would be divergences. Whenever these kind of divergences are there, then the best approach is just trade the instrument based on the merits of its own data. Very simple. That way you will start observing what happens, how there is a contraction and expansion of data points that happen live whenever such divergences emerge in a very highly correlated instruments. These are all the studies which are really interesting. Well, Nifty has started moving up, 19,453 now. Maybe it will start doing well now. So have a very nice weekend. Come back on a Monday morning with a fresh perspective towards the markets. Let us try to do some good trades in the coming week also. Until then, have a good weekend and Om Swasti.